All right, we're looking at the top 10 standings here with 7 races left. We're 18 points behind Bill Elliott. Those other cars are dropping a little bit. And if you've been following the season, take a look at who's in 10th place right now. We mentioned it at the end of the Dover race that Harry Gant had a bad finish. Ernie Irvan had a real good one, and it would have been close. And looking at the playoff standings now, Ernie Irvan beat out Harry Gant by 1 point. So Ernie Irvan is in the playoffs. Harry Gant isn't. 1 point. Unbelievable. And then Ken Trader was 7 points behind Ernie Irvan. Jeff Gordon was 40 points behind Ernie Irvan. And Ernie Irvan has the pole this race. So, very interesting. All right, here we go. We're hitting up Martinsville. And we'll be going green before you know it. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. 7 races remaining in the season. This was, I think a few races ago I said Martinsville was the one race I wasn't looking forward to. So we bumped this down to 30% distance, 150 laps. And we have damage off because you just saw there how the AI bunches up. And there'll be an accordion effect and they'll just ram into each other during caution periods when they're trying to all whoa up. And they bang into each other and they take some cars out in the process, and we don't want that. Now, if you're a Bill Elliott fan, you like that decision to turn off cautions or turn off damage. Hang on. Man, I really flew in there. Jeez.
Clear.
Yeah. If you're a Bill Elliott fan, you like that
Outside.
there's no damage here, and there's going to be no damage at North Wilkesboro, the next race, either.
Stay low.
Because
Stay low.
that drastically
Stay low.
improves his chances of not getting a DNF. He can still get a mechanical DNF, sure,
Car outside.
but
Keep low. Clear.
the DNFs and bad finishes,
Car outside.
that's what's
Clear outside. Car outside. Keep low.
that might be the only thing that takes him away from his eventual points championship here.
Stay low.
All these other drivers have had bad finishes or bad DNF somewhere or two, and he hasn't really had one. And it's frustrating.
Clear.
But we're all right. My thoughts and sentences were meandering there because I'm trying to talk about stuff and trying to figure out Martinsville, which is a tricky track. But once oh, come on, Davey Allison. This is one of the worst tracks for the AI drafting distance thing, where you have to stay in the AI's line, and if you change it by a centimeter, they're just going to ride you through the turn and eventually spin you out. And here he comes. We got to let him go because we didn't have the perfect line, but then we can just get it back. So it's not like brutal, you know? Martinsville, you either have it ready to roll or you don't. And right now we don't. I didn't do practice laps because I figured we can figure it out. But we don't have it figured out yet. 150 lap race. I don't even know if I've talked about it yet. 150 lap race gives us about 50 minutes to 60 minutes of real world racing. That's the sweet spot of what I want. No damage. Cautions are on though. No random caution. And modified fuel window. I will have accurately portrayed that number in the little race preview I put up. But I think it's a little bit less than 50 laps. I tinkered with the number a little bit without testing it, but it's going to be nothing drastic. Well, it is drastic from our first Martinsville race, which was about 70 laps, and we were a little bit faster than them at the end of those runs, so I wanted to even the playing field some. Oh, come on. Let's see, just can't get frustrated. That's the worst part about this is I'm trying to figure out the track here, and you can easily get frustrated when you can't get the right lines, and Davey Allison just won't move. Like, he's just in our rearview mirror. That's all I can think about. And when I'm worrying about 3 different things right now, and it's very taxing on the brain. But yeah, the 150 lap distance, that'll give us a good dose of Martinsville, I think. And I forget what race I was talking about, future schedules for us. And I think Martinsville's good for 1 race a season. Like, this is just, it's fun to watch. It's monotonous. But I'm here and I'm having fun. We shrunk the race distance down, and here I am just bemoaning and complaining about how frustrating this is right now. But we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna improve, and things will be fine. But right now I'm not having the most fun I've ever had, but we're all right. I mean, I don't know if Davey Allison's faster than us or what right now. I really don't know. Ernie Irvan and Rusty Wallace, or Ernie Irvan, Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace having a great battle in front of us. Damn it.
Clear. Car inside. Still there. Keep high. Stay high.
That's just so frustrating. Now we have Mike Potter. No, we don't have Mike Potter because we're
Stay low.
getting underneath him here and getting around him.
Stay low. Still there.
Yeah, we aren't in a Martinsville state of mind right now. And I'm taking these turns like an ass, like an ass.
Keep low.
and we got to figure out a better way to do it.
Clear outside. Outside. Clear.
Yeah, I don't know. My braking's a little bit off. I don't know.
Still
Not
there.
having fun right now. I'll tell you that.
Stay high. Clear inside. Inside.
Not having the most fun I've ever had.
Clear inside.
That's for sure. Turn, you son of a bitch. All right, let's remember the mantra of short tracks. Go slower to go faster. Let's just concentrate on going slower to go faster. We just had a pretty open lap there to run a good line. Yeah, we improved on our lap time there, so we have something cooking. This is why you practice before you race. Especially Martinsville. I think I should put a note that Martinsville is one of those tracks that you just have to practice before you get on. And I don't think there we go, fastest lap of the race there, 30 laps in. So we just, once the chips were down, we had to force ourselves how to remember how to get around here. To remember how to, is that what I said? It's early in the morning, and I'm frustrated. You know what I'm saying. All right, nice. So I think we've, what's the old Mike Tyson saying? Everybody's a champion or whatever until they get punched in the mouth. I forget. But that's the last thing on my mind is trying to remember that exact Mike Tyson quote. But it's analogous to what's happening here where we're on our own, essentially, running these fast laps, learning how to get around the track. And then things will completely change once we get into traffic and race.
Car outside. Stay low. Clear.
I think it's everybody has a plan. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Mike Tyson, Esquire. All right, now it's Davey Allison and Ricky Rudd battling. Rusty Wallace got ahead of them and it's kind of taken off. And you can see what those side-by-side battles have done. They've really, that next group in front of Rusty Wallace has really taken off.
Car outside. Clear. Outside.
Pretty sure Ricky Rudd won the first Martinsville race.
Keep low.
I'm not definitively sure.
Still there. outside. Car outside. Stay low. Still
All right, you know, we're hanging with them here
clear outside.
at the end of
Car
the
outside.
run. Things
Still
are
there.
good. We were able to
Clear
figure out
outside.
the
Car
track.
Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
We're in good shape. And pit stops in the next 10 laps, I think. If my math is correct. No, we're pitting now. 42. Rusty Wallace is pitting anyway.
The leader's pitting
Or,
now.
Davey Allison's going to be pitting here as well. Nope. He made a weird move, but he didn't pit. Ernie Irvin's pitting. Damn it. Ricky Rudd. Why do I keep on calling him Ernie Irvin? It's early in the morning. It's just, I don't know. All the files haven't settled into their proper place yet since I've woken up.
Limit 35. Keep it
35.
under 35.
Look out, Dale Jarrett, you
Second.
psychopath.
Watch that speed now. Keep it on 3,500 in second.
Where are we at
The
here?
leader's
Okay.
pitting now.
Dale Jarrett. Oh, we
You're
got
now
all
in the
these
top
cars
20.
pitting together. Makes sense. There weren't too many passes. And we were all together anyway. Hey, look, golf course COERS on
Go, go, go! The leader's pitting now.
Mike
Keep it at
Potter's
35. Keep it under
war wagon
3,500
there.
in second.
I'll talk about it after I stop.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
I have
Limit
to
35. Keep it under.
get out of here,
3,500
Dale
in
Jarrett. I don't
second.
know what you're
Outside.
doing.
Clear outside.
But
You're racing the car in front.
I talked about the correct spelling of golf course on the Mike Potter war wagon there, if you want to rewind, because it's spelled COARSE on the back of his car. And I talked all about that in the first Rockingham race.
Car inside. Clear inside.
All right. So it looks like we're going to be where we were at. Ricky Rudd's right here. That's not Ernie Irvin. That's Ricky effin' Rudd.
You're now in the top 20.
And
Good job.
there's Jeff Bodine and Davey Allison ahead of him. So this is kind of where we were at. Nothing wild. All right, I paused the game there at the start finish. Had to go take care of some business. So now I gotta, just when we learned the track, I had to go answer a phone call and go to the bathroom. We're all right. Looks like we're really slowing up here, fellas. What's happening? Yeah, this is, you know, after I came back after that week off,
Car outside.
I have a really good workflow going with getting the races edited.
Stay low.
And it's much smoother experience. Racing, editing. So that's why we're able to churn out one video a day, basically. sitting here in 16th.
Outside.
Not horrible. And it's short track racing on NR2003. What's going to happen is the leaders are going to catch lap traffic eventually, which they are right now.
Outside.
And we're going to be able to catch up.
Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. That car's a lap down. Stay low.
I will be running some practice laps at North Wilkesboro before we get on there,
Clear outside.
because
Clear outside.
as I mentioned during our Dover race that I had in big red letters tires, I have the same thing, not in big red letters, but I have tires, tires, tires in my normal font for North Wilkesboro, because our first run in that first North Wilkesboro race, we didn't have the tires figured out, and we were near the back of the pack. We ended up going a lap down,
That car's a lap down.
and then we were able to run with the leaders once we figured out a good tire management. So that's what we have to do, because the stakes are high. 6 races left after this. North Wilkesboro is 6, Talladega 5, or Charlotte 5, Talladega 4, North Carolina 3, Phoenix 2, and then Atlanta 1. And I think we'll have a good time at Phoenix.
The yellow flag is out. Let's
Oh.
go. Race back to the line.
What we got
There's
here?
an accident on the front straight.
On the front straight. We were just there. Come on, come on.
Pit road is closed.
Damn it.
Clear.
Basically, I know how to handle that. Whenever they get under me like that,
There's an accident in the pit.
you just have to move up the track.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing
Well,
line. Stay behind the 15 car.
This is why damage is
We got
off.
trouble in the pit. Stay behind the 15 car.
This is why damage is off.
We got trouble in turn 1.
There's the tire marks from Jeff Bodine spinning this out.
Pit road is now open. Stay behind the 15 car.
Pit road is open, and we're not pitting because we're going to go a lap down. I don't know who I'm staying behind. I really don't know what's happening right now.
You're in 5th.
Okay.
Keep it to 35. Keep it
35.
3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 4.
It's not speed here.
The pace
It's a
cars
very
in
busy
turn
pit
1.
road
Keep it
right
up,
now.
Keep it up. Keep digging. The pace cars in turn 2. You are on the point.
All right, we led a lap.
The pace cars on the back straight.
We may have to throw out another. We may have to throw out a caution here. I do have that godlike power.
Go, go, go! Yes, we nailed that stop. Great work, guys. The pace cars in turn 3. Limits 35. Keep it under.
Because a lot of the field's going to go a lap down, and there's
The
nothing
pace
we can do
cars
about
in
it
Turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight.
with how quickly the pace
Okay,
car
you're
gets
clear of
around
pit
here.
lane. Stay behind the 16 car. Limits 35. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Okay, merge when you can. Stay behind the 16 car.
Go ahead, 16 car. Look at this. Just chaos.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 16 car.
All right, let's get our bearings here and find out what happened. I mean, unfortunately, there's no good way to rectify this.
Get ready now. Going green. Pace car's in.
Actually, there is. We're not letting Rusty Wallace and Darrell Waltrip lose a lap.
Green, green, green.
So watch this. This is just one of the few tracks we have to kind of mess with this. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Yeah, you can see here I have clear black for 26, which is us. That's for whenever I'm running practice races and I want to get to the front of the pack and race with the leaders in practice to get a good. But anyway, here we go. We're going to give Rusty Wallace a lap back. That's the 8 key.
Inside. Clear inside.
I don't know if that's going to give him the lead or what. But we're going to find him and see if he gets a lap back. There he is in 28th. I guess not. We'll try it again. Unknown player. So I'm guessing it only works for us. What am I doing wrong? What am I missing? No, I mean it's just not going to work. I thought that was going to work. I've never tried it before. And it wouldn't be the O2. So sorry, Rusty. I mean, you're just a victim of NR2003 short track racing. And we're in 16th. That's basically where we were, roughly anyway. But that's unfair on my part, because if Bill Elliott was a lap down, we would say, well, that's racing.
Car outside.
You know?
Outside. Car outside.
So it's kind of unfair that
Clear
we
outside. Car
try to
outside.
fix that for the other guys.
Stay low.
So, whatever.
Still there.
Bill Elliott's just had amazing luck. I mean, there's really no way around it. Like, I'm not sure why Rusty Wallace and Darrell Waltrip went a lap down there,
Keep low.
but that could have easily been Bill Elliott, and he just hasn't been
That car's a lap down.
involved in that stuff.
Outside.
And that Dover race we just ran is a glaring example of that, where of all the top 10 and all the big cars, he was the only car that didn't get screwed by that caution, the caution that fell during pit stops. He ended up with the lead and just ran away with the race. So it's just Bill Elliott's year.
Outside. Stay low. Stay low.
Yeah, now we're just kind of
Keep low.
racing and passing who we can pass. Richard Petty was for position there. Jeff Bodine's going to be for position up here. And then Ken Schrader and Mike Potter are up here. We're just passing who we pass, and hopefully it's for position. But I have a good handle on Martinsville now,
Car outside.
I will say.
Stay low.
we had to pit there under that caution because of our tires getting beat up by our brother.
Still there.
Yeah, now I'm remembering this line. It's kind of a diamond situation, but not really.
Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Keep low.
My notes told me to brake before turning.
Still there.
So you want to be braking and then just roll through the turns rather than still being in the brakes in the turns.
Outside. Keep low. Clear. Clear the cross flag. We're halfway home.
Halfway home, nice. And at the beginning of this race I was frustrated, and now things have settled in and I'm having fun.
Still there.
It helps that we're flirting with the top 10 here soon.
That car's a lap down. Still there. Clear outside.
And we definitely made the right call in not pitting the first time around, because we would have been a lap down. And you can just try, like you saw the back end there, you can just trust me that I'm not, clearing black flags and giving myself laps back in the races and stuff. Those are just keyboard shortcuts that I use for testing and stuff.
That car's a lap down. Outside. Still there.
Ernie, damn it, Ricky Rudd. Why do I keep on calling him
Clear
Ernie
outside.
Irvin?
Car outside.
Ricky Rudd is the next car for position for us up there.
Stay low. Keep low. Clear. Car outside. Keep low.
The AI pitting isn't really drastic as far as flying down into pit road, catching you off guard. So
Clear outside.
I'm just thinking in my head,
Clear.
when did we pit on this last caution?
Clear.
I'm not
That
overly
car's a
concerned
lap
about
down.
it as far as fuel window, pit window goes, because we'll see when all the cars start going down into pit road. Simple as that.
Car outside. Stay low. Keep low. Stay low. Clear.
Kind of got into Jimmy Hensley there, but we want to get around him.
Car's a lap down. Outside.
Like, sorry, guy.
Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
Yeah, apologies to people that, are fans of cars in the bottom 20 or 30 in the points. We're just not showing them down the stretch. Just keeping an eye on the leaderboard down the stretch. Yeah, probably going to go flag to flag coverage here. I probably skipped a few laps before those first round of stops when we were following Davey Allison. But actually, it won't be a lot of laps that I skipped, because I thought we were probably going to be 3 or 4 laps, if any. Might have just been silent there for a while before pit stops began. I did a making of video in 1997 showing how I put together and edit the videos.
Keep low.
And that was for actual race broadcast stuff.
Clear. Outside. Still there. Keep low.
I probably won't do it this season. Or I might. I don't know.
Car outside. Clear. Car outside.
It's pretty just bare bones stuff.
Clear.
I have all of the,
Car outside.
you know, all the typical graphics we use. You know, the race preview, the points. At the end of the race recap, leaders and results and
Clear
stuff.
outside.
Those images are static. They're in a folder, for example, called race graphics or something. And then all I do each race is just go into that base root folder, change all the info, and it just shows up in my, I use HitFilm Express to edit the videos, and they just show up in the new video. And I put the new race in there, edit around it, put those pictures where they have to be, and that's all she wrote. It's really a quick process. Okay, Rudd.
Car inside. Keep high. Clear inside. Car inside. Clear.
He's
car
got us.
inside. Stay high.
Can't be mad. This is what I want. I want racing.
Stay high. Clear. Outside. Stay low. Still there.
Ricky Rudd's been racing everybody this race.
Clear. Car
He went
outside.
toe-to-toe with Rusty Wallace. He had to go toe-to-toe with Davey Allison. But it kind of hurt his momentum in that turn. But we're all right. I don't know if I mentioned, I was thinking about it when I was on when I took that little break during this race, that I'm definitely going to be running practice laps at North Wilkesboro. We're not there a lot. And oh yeah, because I was talking about tires and tires and tires. So yeah. And that's a fun track to get around. And that's why I want to nail that down. More than anything, we have to get a good starting position. And I have faith that we can do that. Oh, come on, hold it. We're about 12 laps away from cars being able to stop and it being their last final stop.
Car outside.
But short pitting on a short track isn't this. It's not the wisest thing you can do.
Keep low. Keep
Caution
low.
come out. Caution will come out. You're a few laps down, and that's all she wrote.
You're in the top 10.
Especially for us. I haven't even checked the standings recently. I don't know where old Bill is. Oh, he's in the lead. Of course he is.
Keep low.
Why wouldn't he be in the lead?
Clear. Car outside. That car
It's just so infuriating,
Keep low.
man. Like, I forget when I mentioned it, but
Clear.
Bill Elliott, Alan Kulwicki, Davey Allison, and Kyle Petty all had they have the exact same ratings in the game. And Alan Kulwicki actually had a few of his ratings that were better than everyone's because he won, and I wanted to give him a little bit of an advantage. And again, we're talking about all the luck Bill Elliott has had. No DNFs, just wild. And then Rusty Wallace,
Stay low.
we did a course correction during the season when we saw that he was a contender, and he became our new, smoker though. It's not a red car.
You got a slow car ahead.
It's Terry Labonte. Or, yeah, Terry Labonte. So I confuse him and Sterling Marlin sometimes. And that's for position for us, so that's good. But yeah, Rusty Wallace became our new Kyle Petty. And he was doing all right. Then he started getting DNFs and had bad luck here. Just wow. Cannot believe how well Bill Elliott has done. All right, we might have splash and goes here at the end of the race. I was waiting to see when they were going to pit.
Car inside.
And
Clear inside.
who knows? Some cars might not have to. We're not pitting until we hear Bill Elliott. The leader is pitting now.
Lap down.
Because we're staying, it's only fair. We're staying on his, we're staying with him. There he is. We're going in.
Limit 35. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
What a mess.
Watch that speed now. Keep it on 3,500 in second. Keep digging.
We need Mike Potter not to hit us. Good. Oh, we're not worried about damage this race. And that's key too. I don't think I mentioned that. We're not abusing that. We're running as if there is damage on.
Go, go, go! Yes, we nailed that stop. Great work, guys. Limit
We got to let them go
Keep it
so we can
under
get to the top.
3,500
Here we
in
go.
second.
Or the outside, whatever you want to call this lane. The exit lane. I don't know.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Limit 35. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Car outside. Clear outside.
I remember seeing Dick Trickle in front of us pitting, so this is kind of where we were at.
Car outside. That car's a lap down. Keep low.
Nice,
Still there. Clear outside.
nice good round of pit stops there.
Outside. Still there. That car's a lap down. Clear.
And as far as splashing goes, I think I call them stop and goes sometimes. As far as splashing goes at the end of the race, Bill Elliott, that's who we're following. I'm sorry. Unless he's really bad, then we're not following.
Outside.
We're not following his pit strategy.
Still there.
But if he pits, we pit. We're not getting a cheap win or gaining points on him just because of our modified fuel windows, which for people that haven't been watching too many videos, these modified fuel windows affect when the AI has to pit, but it doesn't affect our fuel. There's nothing in the game that affects how much fuel we can put in our car. And during the race, you can change how much fuel is in your car in practice mode, but not during the race. So yeah, it is what it is. We just have to be nice and play ball with the AI and pit when they have to pit. And it really hasn't. There haven't been too many issues that came up this season, which I actually didn't expect that. I expected there to be more splash and goes at the end of races and whatnot. We haven't really had that. I think the random cautions that we put in really helped that out. Ernie Irvin, yes, Ernie Irvin. He is the next car for position for us. He's that yellow car up there. Can we catch him? I don't know. But he's for third. Wow, I didn't know we had flew all the way up to third. I'm guessing we gained a bunch of spots during those pit stops. Because that's something I don't like abusing either. So that's why I said we're pitting when Bill Elliott pits. But just the way short track racing is on NR2003, if you stay out, even on older tires, but you have open track, you can just fly around there and be gaining time on the AI, because whenever they're out on the track, they're being held up by lappers, and they don't know how to navigate the lappers that well. And that's why just to kind of even that out, or make it more just in my mind, I just decide whatever X car pits, will pit, whether it's the car in front of us or like we just did with the leader. It keeps us keeps us honest with ourselves, so we don't abuse that. All right, Alan Kolwicki his hood's getting bigger and bigger in the turns in the rear view. We haven't hit anything this race. You know, lack of damage didn't really affect us.
Outside. Stay low. That car's a lap down. Keep low.
Hang on to her.
Clear.
Gotta go slow to go fast. Let's remember the mantra.
That car's a lap down.
I think Bill Elliott's just gonzo. I don't think we're gonna catch him.
Still there.
He's 7 seconds ahead of us
Stay low.
with 30 laps to go.
Stay low. Keep low. Stay low.
So we have to gain a second every 4 laps.
Clear.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
And even if a caution comes out, it's just not, it's tough sledding
Car outside.
to even try to catch him
Stay low.
in that mess.
Still there.
Especially,
Car's a lap down. Clear. Car
especially with
outside.
under
Okay,
10 laps
back
to
in
go.
third. Keep hustling. Back in third. Clear outside.
Everything will be single file. We won't even have the lappers going to the inside. We did just pass Ernie Irvin for position. Every point matters. I don't have time to really look at the standings here. Just trying to see. I think we've run 4 laps since I said we need to gain a second every 4 laps. Okay. And we're not doing it. If he runs into lappers, maybe, but our main goal here is just staying. Unfortunately, our main goal here is just staying where we're at. And riding this out. We do have pit stops coming. We have splash and goes, which could get interesting. All right, The laps are winding down. And there's the interval to the leader, 4.61, so we're gaining on them, just not fast enough. And Mark Martin has actually pulled ahead of Bill Elliott, which is huge. Huge for us. Points-wise, that's a 6 or 7 point difference between Bill Elliott winning or getting second. So we'll try to keep an eye on that. I can't during the race, other than looking at the standings. And I'm waiting for the splash and goes here.
Outside. Still there. Clear. We got just 10 more to go. Car outside. Still there.
You know, we hurt ourselves by pitting with Bill Elliott way back in the Rockingham race when all the other cars didn't really pit.
Clear outside.
You know, we ended up going a lap down. So I still haven't decided what I want to do here, splash and go wise. Who I want to use as my, you know, my measuring stick that I have to do a splash and go. But we're obviously getting down to it here. And I would have expected some stops already, to be honest.
Stay low.
I don't think everybody's going to be running their tanks to the
That car's lap down.
till they run out.
Keep low.
They would pit by now, knowing they have to anyway.
Clear.
At least I think so. Yeah, another uneventful race here. Just is what it is, especially with no random caution this race. And we only had that one caution, which I didn't even look at yet. Whatever that wreck was. Yeah, I'll just have some field snapshots.
Just 5 more to go.
The Terry Labonte DNF, and that's it. Mark Martin has pulled away. He's a half second ahead of Bill Elliott. He's probably running away with this now, relatively speaking. Arnie Irvin stayed up in the top 5. It's a good start to his playoffs.
Stay low.
Yeah, with our playoff system, there's no win and you're in the next round.
The leader's pitting now. Stay low.
Oh no. No, Mark Martin.
That car's a lap down.
Why would you pit?
You're back in second.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. And that's for a splash and go. And if Bill Elliott
Just 2 to go.
doesn't pit, he's getting the win here, obviously.
Still there.
Yeah, he's going to get the win.
Clear outside. Car outside.
That is unbelievable, Mark.
Keep low.
You broke my heart.
Clear. That car's a lap down. White flag. 1 more lap to go.
But heck, we gained a spot.
Outside.
Finishing
Stay
second.
low.
Hold on to it, hopefully.
Keep low.
Yep.
Still there.
And Bill Elliott's getting a win.
There's the flag. It's over.
Mark.
Great job, buddy.
We'll take a look at these final results. Yeah, Bill Elliott gets his win. Led the most laps as well. That's 50 points for him. And I think we're getting 42. No, 43, I think, because we led a lap. So we're losing 7 points to Bill Elliott, Ernie Irvin, Ricky Rudd, Davey Allison. I'm keeping all those dashes in the results just so we get a quick look at who the playoff drivers, where they're at. And that's it. Alan Kulwicki, middle of the pack. It's, you know, it's not looking good for all these other cars to try to catch Bill Elliott, especially now. He's just on a roll. And of course, we had the Terry Labonte DNF. We had 7 leaders this race with 10 lead changes, and that's it. All right. We need some help. Now, all these other guys were worried about Bill Elliott DNFs. Now we need Bill Elliott DNFs, I think. At least one. And then we have to not screw up with 6 races left. We're getting down to it. Thanks for watching.